how easy it is to use a bread machine. I bought this bread machine. I have 3, matter of fact. And now you can find them at pawn shops. You can find them at some Goodwills. I've seen them quite a few places. And they're just great to have because you put your ingredients in there. It kneads it. It mixes the dough. It proofs the dough. It kneads it again. Then it bakes the dough. So there is just no reason not to use a bread machine. It does everything for you. There's not much. Just put in the right amount of ingredients, turn it on. That's about all you have to do. So I'll fix the camera where you can see that I'm adding, and then I'll show you the finished product. It's that easy. I want you all to realize, get you a bread machine if you don't already have one. It'll make yours and your family's life so much simpler and easy. First off is I put my 1.5 cups of warm water into the bread machine. Then I will take 2 tablespoons. I use pure cane sugar, but you can use white sugar. I put about 2 tablespoons into my water, my warm water in the bread machine. And most recipes call for an envelope of yeast, which would be about, let's see, 1.25 ounce package. So that would be, to me, that would be 1.5 teaspoons of yeast. Now I keep my yeast in the freezer because I buy it out of the commercial bags. I keep it in fruit jars in my freezer and it keeps forever. So let's do 1.5 and a half. Okay, we'll mix that around and let it set for about 10 minutes. Then I'll be back. Well, we're fixing to do this bread machine, but I just had to pop in and say, in my Christmas stocking from one of my sisters, she put this milk chocolate for the Keurig machine, and I just now made a cup, and it is really good. If you haven't ever had that M&M's hot chocolate, it's got the little things you put in your machine. Okay, what we're going to do now, let me get my oil. I just used the vegetable oil. I use 1/4 a cup. Well, this cup is old. It looks worn out. I've got brand new glass. I've got brand new plastic, but I always use this one with my grandmother's, maybe great-grandmother's. And so I put 1/4 cup of oil into the water and yeast and sugar mixture. Excuse me. And then I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of salt, but I'm going to tell you, I like more salt in my bread than that. So what I've been doing is using about 1.5. I'm going to put 2 in it. 2 teaspoons of salt, because that is what I used, I think the last time maybe. Okay, I've got my bread flour in here. I use an old cookie jar for one of my bread containers. For my bread flour, I use that one. But now for my regular flour container, I use, some of you probably already seen it, where I use the crock pot, the old crock pot insert. And because one day I broke my flour jar and I did not have container one. Two. And then we're going to try to get, I think that's probably about another cup, so that's what we're just going to put it in there. 3 cups. We had to eyeball that one, but that's okay. We eyeballed it. All right. Let me get my towel. Clean this off. Now then, we just shut our lid on it. I got flour all over this black Dadasha night shirt. You know, I wear these or Peggy Lee's things. Let's see. Medium, okay. Manual, okay. Start. Okay, that's been going for about a minute. See how that dough is just, that flour is just it's funny. I can smell that yeast. You just have to. Well, it's been over 2 hours, and now you can see how the loaf comes out. Risen, baked. Just let that cool down. Take your, there it is. Now, took a piece and I put butter on it. Some butter. Then I take some plum, homemade plum jelly. And there's nothing better than this right here. Homemade bread, plum jelly with butter. Wish y'all had a piece. Best thing you can do to your bread is take a paper stack, a new paper stack. I use this one in my bread, a loaf. I use the paper stack. And that's the way you should keep it.